So now here we are, guys. We are in the dev server and we are gonna check out some of the new effects that they implemented for tanks. So yeah, there are some very cool things over here and some weird things that definitely need work on, but definitely some very cool ones. The first one is that now we have new effects for ground vehicles driving around in different terrains, right? If it's snow or sand or concrete or mud, it will actually have a different way that it actually is driving around and stuff, which is pretty interesting. I think it already was there, but we have a new model out of it, which is pretty cool. Then we go for this map, the abandoned factory map. Now a lot of things over here are destructible, like things that were not before. Like for example, there are some like windows and stuff that is just basically going to be broken a lot more now, and in a more realistic way as well, which is pretty cool. Another thing, we're gonna drive around and you will see, but just because we are here, there is another thing about the vehicles themselves. Like now you can basically, like, look at this. Yeah, see, we can just squash them basically, right? So depending on where you drive over them, they will be squashed. See? So for example, I'm just gonna drive around in this part, on the left part of the truck over here. See how it is trying to, like, look at that. So that's very cool. I mean, it looks a little bit funky sometimes, but it is way better than what it was before. So that's very cool. I don't like the idea that they just fall to the ground. So maybe Gaijin, remove that, please. That is very weird. But look at this, and it is kind of funky. Like, see, it's kind of weird. It looks a little bit off, but at the same time, it is way better than what it was before. What it was before is just very bad, right? So yeah, things falling and stuff. The physics are just, overall they're improved a lot of the times. The tracers are a lot better, as you see, like a lot more realistic. Little things, you will see little things here and there that are just working a lot better. Physics wise as well, like for example, carts like this can be bumped into, for example, and they will move. Like I said, a little bit funky, but it is working. See? Oh my god, it's gonna squash my tank. You can even do this, for example. Go to like the front over here, and we're gonna grab one of these and carry around. Why would you want this? I have no idea, but it is very cool that they added this type of thing. Like, little things like this can really improve the gameplay, because things like this can happen in real life. It can be used in a certain situation or not, right? Or even in a gameplay situation, it might be better to have something like this for gameplay wise. I'm gonna show to you something about the destructible objects like this, for example. Like, it looks a lot better than what it was before, doesn't it? Let's see this thing. This thing is kind of weird. But again, work in progress, I understand, but at the same time, it is kind of funny. Let me try to explode these. I saw some custom matches with these things on fire. Let me just see if we can... maybe with a bomb or something. But yeah, very cool. Another thing is trees. For example, remember when you were just driving around in the middle of the trees and you were just kind of blinded by the foliage, right? Because there's so much. Now when you drop a tree like this, the foliage just drops from the tree itself, right? So it means that you're not gonna have those troubles anymore. Even in high tree environments, you will be able to see through them, which is something that it might not be realistic, but it does help a lot with the gameplay, you know. These things, I don't remember if they were destructible. You will see, I mean, you can just drive around in this map and you will find more and more stuff that is just destructible, and that is just, let me check this. Oh, even that's cool, man. So little things like that you will find throughout the whole map. that you can just destruct and shoot and explode and whatever, you know. And it is very, very interesting to see this type of thing, right? Let me just show one thing on the trains as well. You will see these type of thing as well. I was trying to show the rain, but it's just difficult to find rain, even though I literally picked storm, day storm. Look at this. And I mean, where's the storm, right? So yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's just clipping, but still it is an interesting like feature that we have these water things like going down. Almost exploded my tank there. No, I'm gonna capture. Oh god, my god, everything is destructible now. Let's get out of this. Let me go to the carts there just to show one thing that I forgot to show you. So see, I don't think these were destructible, right? But now they are. If I'm not mistaken, they were not, right? You tell me if I'm wrong, but you see a lot of these things like you're just driving around and then you think, I don't remember of these things falling on me. So maybe it was. Yeah, this thing, this thing is not destructible, but you get the idea. It's a lot easier as well to just pass through objects. Like it feels like they have less weight than what they used to have, because before even an MBT that weighs like, I don't know, 40 plus tons, 50, 60 tons maybe, it was kind of too much weight for the objects. It was kind of weird. But here he is. Here we are. Sorry, English. But yeah, for example, now you can destroy parts of the carts as well, which is pretty cool, right? So seeing like that, it was just the two of them because of the EPFSDS. But if you shoot in the middle over here, for example, it will blow a little bit more and stuff. So very, very cool, right? Like it just makes sense. This type of thing just makes sense. Some things still not destructible, but some things are. So here we have a little bit of the new effects for the sand, for example. It looks kind of similar, but they say it's different, so I'm gonna believe on them, but it looks a little bit similar. I think the front part is where I think I feel the most difference. On the back is just a normal thing, but on the front it looks way better. I'm gonna try to see if I can like make this tank dirty as well. So yeah, they say there is a new model for like the dirty getting stuck on the tank, but I tested for a while here. I don't see any differences, so it might be work in progress, okay? We need to wait for the game to be with the update itself to make sure, okay? So one thing that we need to look on when the game is actually released. They added some new effects for snow, for example. I'm trying to get the effects for rain, guys, but it's hard. For some reason, the rain is just not spawning, right? But look at this. The game is beautiful now. And we have, of course, new effects for it, and it depends on the vehicle as well, right? For snow as well, which is pretty... It looks way better than what it was, in my opinion. I mean, look at this. It's so cool. Like the snow going to the side there and stuff when you are turning. So way better than what it was, and of course more realistic as well. You're not gonna like notice these tiny differences when you are in the middle of the battle, but when you are just looking around and stuff, you will notice, you know, them. A lot of them will be there here and there, just helping you have a more in-depth experience. And oh my god, this thing turns, like look at that. It's so funny. The Germans are some very clever people with these type of technologies. So fun to drive this thing around. It looks so weird driving around, but yeah, very cool. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's see some other things. And the rain as well, as you see, a lot more realistic, guys. Even I'm not using ray tracing or anything, but look on the general like sense of everything here. Everything looks better, right? The tank itself has like little like droplets of water and stuff going down, which is something that I think happened already, but with the new rain itself, it makes it look a lot better, right? The foliage, everything. You see the foliage like for the trees and stuff, everything looks a little bit more shiny because of the water, you know? So it looks way, way, way better than what it was. I mean, you gotta take a look for yourself because it depends on the configuration and stuff, but yeah. Here another example of you know, how you can destroy the vehicles, right? You can, like, look, do this, for example. It's very cool. I mean, looks funky sometimes, but it looks way better. And the rain, man, the rain dropping, like, look at this. I really wanted to grab an aircraft and fly around to see if there is any, like, difference in the feeling. There are better effects as well for bouncing back and shooting at targets and stuff. You can see that it's just better for the ammunition there. For everything, right? You can see the differences. They are a little bit more realistic. Especially the machine guns, but even the tank rounds and stuff. Look at the leopard nerf over here. Oh my god, the leopard nerf is so bad sometimes, but yeah. It looks a bit better. Let's take a look on some bots while we shoot at them and explode them to see how they, you know, feel like. But yeah, the rain is really, really beautiful. One thing that I noticed is that the camera movement doesn't change where the rain is coming from. So for example, I'm moving forward over here, the rain is coming from there, right? And then you can see that I move the camera, but the rain doesn't, I don't know if you can see it because it's very like subtle, but you can see that the rain is coming from the same side always, which is pretty good. It makes rain a lot more realistic and it looks way better, really better. We have a tank there. So yeah, the fire, everything, the explosions, the sparks, everything looks a little bit more realistic. It's difficult to say what is already in the game and what is not, because of course there are just subtle changes. It's not a complete oh my god change, but if you add them up, it completely changed the game as a whole, right? In a general sense. So it's kind of funny to even test this type of thing. But you get the idea, right? I mean, it's just tiny little things that add up and make it up for a big difference. See the sparks flying around and stuff? Very cool. Let's kill that tank. Then I'm gonna grab a helicopter. Yeah, look, a lot of sparks and the fire. Look at the fire. It looks a lot more realistic. Very cool. And even on the aircraft, you can barely see, but it is there and it is better than what it was. The one thing that I think they need to add is like inside the cockpit kind of glass. I know it's kind of hard on PCs, but the water basically hitting it, even if it's a very simple one. Because there is water falling on me here, but I don't see like them sticking to the vehicle itself. Only in the tank. On the tank you can see it, but no, not on here. But the rain is a lot more realistic when you are in the third person, even in an aircraft. So that is pretty cool, right? So yeah, guys, basically this is it. Just showing around some of the new effects that you should expect. Of course, we have new I mean, now you can see the rain, right? If I can stop here, yeah, see the rain there. Very cool. Of course, with ray tracing is a lot better than what you are seeing right now. So if you do have ray tracing, and oh my god, that was close, it will even look better than what I'm showing over here. I didn't turn it on because it's just too heavy on my PC. I might need to get a new GPU to make that work properly, but yeah, very cool little effects. It makes the game a little bit better. Gameplay wise, it helps a lot as well. So yeah, very cool. So I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave the like, leave the comment, and see you guys. Bye.